Welcome back to another Overlord Season 2 review. Today is Episode 7. I'm Justin.
What is up? I'm Logan.
And together we're Couch Talk. As always, we're anime viewers only, no source material, and we're going to discuss the episode and give our scores at the end. You ready to jump into this?
I'm ready.
So right off the bat,
this episode felt very exposition heavy. You know,
I would
like
say
just,
it definitely is. Yes, for sure.
It's just like we're gonna introduce some things and take
This
this
is kind
info.
of like how we talked about with like the Lizard Man arc or whatever. Like the beginning is just gonna be setting up the arc, going through the arc, and then getting out of it. And I think that's the whole setup this season. At least some people have been saying that in the comments too. Like it's split up to the 3 arcs or something like that. So this one is definitely about the politics of the capital they're in.
Pretty much.
So we get Ines is definitely short on cash, okay? They're buying up all this stuff to build up the fake Nazarick and do all this other stuff with the lizard folk. They're throwing the money around. Clearly hasn't been doing enough mission as a mercenary.
He's got to do more quests, man.
They're doing it. But yeah, this time we get more of Climb. We were slightly introduced to him in the first episode when they did like the here's 1,000 character reel thing.
Right.
So we got him and Stronov.
We got lots of Climb.
Yes, lots of Climb because he's definitely going to be super important in this arc. Clearly.
Yes.
He is the princess's
bodyguard. The
yes,
one, the only, the hand-picked bodyguard.
Yes, and probably lovers of the night.
I would agree.
Or at least headed that way. So he's definitely training with Stronov to get stronger because, well, he needs to be stronger to protect the princess.
Right.
And we found out he was an orphan, handpicked by her. So, which apparently is why the Prince Zanuck and Marquis Raven have a little bit of hate towards her. Oh, like apparently a lot of people do, just because she's nice to like the commoners and stuff. More of this whole, we talked about like every show that has nobles, like nobles hate peasants and commoners because they're poor. Those filthy goddamn poor people bringing their dirt into our wealthy castles.
How dare they?
And I guess she's a genius, so they think she's a monster, and there's a whole bunch of other things in there. She banned the slavery.
How dare she do that?
People need their slaves. When you're a noble, what kind of noble can you be if you don't have a slave? I
guess that's their motto. Right? They're like, if I'm a noble, why can't I command poor people? What's the deal here?
Exactly. And they're kind of just rude because they're nobles.
Yeah.
Like, this is the noble things to be rude. Except the princess, who's clearly of the modern age, trying to push them forwards to be civilized, cultured people.
Right. I don't know why that one guy...
has to do a lot of them are corrupt and involved with the 8 fingers.
That's to be expected.
Which the princess is trying to root out those corruption.
There's always corruption. You're in a place of power, corruption.
That is true. You don't have to be a noble. You're in power. You're probably corrupt. That is 100% true. If you're in power, you're 100% corrupt.
There you go.
That's how it works. But the Blue Rose, the group of those women, are with the princess.
I do like how Stronov was like, he's like, so how the other guy's basically, how good can this guy get? He's like, oh, he's pretty much reached his max skill. He can just get experience now. I'm like, damn. He's like, he's pretty much capped. He ain't gonna improve that much.
Yeah, he's hit his ability limit, but with experience, which obviously with experience you level up, because they are in a game world sorta. So you level up, his martial arts skills will get stronger. Therefore, he'll get stronger until he runs into anyone that's, you know, Nazarick side, or even these. He did mention the Grand Wizard guy or whatever.
He did.
That could be on par with Ines.
Ooh, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, he said Ines would give him a run for the money, so It's obviously putting Ines a little higher.
We'll see.
Anyway, back to the blue roses at least. So they're formulating their plan. They broke a code that says all the locations of
Tea time. Sorry.
it is tea time of black dust makers. They're
Black
little
dust.
heroin and crack.
I love me some black dust.
I do like. Apparently, they're just screaming their plans. Okay, because
I know
the maids are in another room with the door open next to that door,
or
hearing everything that they're saying.
They have supersonic hearing. They're just like.
Or they're just. They're not even up against the door, like listening.
I know. Like
anyone out in the hallway, they could have just been walking up to the door. We got to stop the Eight Fingers. They're making black dust. We burned all their shit. And it's like anybody else would be like, I'm not even trying to eavesdrop. I'm just walking in the hallway out here. I better go report this to our other nobles who are with the Eight Fingers.
I don't know how they heard them, to be honest. Like, I don't know.
I think
people would not be talking that loud, talking about sensitive topics, you could say, or like secret topics.
Even they're
hey guys,
talking at like,
we're gonna root out all you corrupt nobles. Get ready. Thanks. Thanks for letting us know.
That is exactly what's going on. It's like I thought that was like probably the silliest part of the episode. Those maids listening, and I don't know where those maids kind of like stand. Like, you know,
they're probably
good, bad,
spies for someone.
Well, they said, "Oh, it looks like the princess is at it again." So it seems like they've known for a while.
Right, or at least.
So they probably just don't care, I'm guessing, at this point, maybe. But then again, they were also saying earlier, "Ugh, Climb's a filthy peasant."
True.
Like,
well, she did say,
bitches, you're maids, you're peasants.
Right. She did mention how one of the nobleman's daughter is. I'm guessing one of those maids she's referring to, and then the other one's like, it doesn't seem like she's here to spy. I'm like, that's probably exactly what she's here for.
That is true. And they're just yelling it on the inside of the room. Don't bother with them, okay? They don't care who's eavesdropping.
They don't care.
I don't know. That was just kind of silly. Of course, the main conflicts here at the end, though, with Lord Havish and the guy from the establishment come to meet, save us. They'll say, "Hey."
they say, "Hey,
you bought a woman, which is slavery and illegal." Which he technically did, but he didn't buy her for slavery. More like paid for the damages.
Right.
Which I do like how Solutions has from the outside point of view is like the head of the household, right, and everything.
The one in charge.
And then she's like, he'll take care of it. You got this, butler. This is irrelevant to me. And first of all, she can't stand humans, so she probably has enough trouble of just standing in the room with them. So it's probably best she doesn't take control of any delicate conversation. Whereas Sabas can obviously.
Sabas handles it all.
He's smart. He's strong.
He ain't afraid to get his hands dirty.
He's a good guy, and he can get anything done. Granted, Solution thinks the opposite of those.
Yeah, like
thinks he's a traitor. I don't know because he's helping a woman.
Yeah,
that's a human.
That's
literally her reasoning.
Yeah, like that whole thing.
He's like, and because he doesn't want to tell Ines about it. He literally said, he's like, Ines will be like, "Why can't you take care of it yourself?"
Which that's reasonable. Ines has been. We've seen since the Lizard arc, he's been advocating that his guardians, do shit on their own and think for themselves.
Yeah, like, I'm waiting to see what Solution's proof is to Ines. Because he's like, "Wait, what? You're serious?" It's like, he's betraying me? Come on, like, unless you have proof. What's our proof? He's helping a woman.
That just caught me off guard.
I truly hope it's not like some huge setup. It's just like a little ploy that Ines is just like, "Solution, Shut the fuck up. That's what I want. That's all I want. I know it won't be said in that way, but it could be implied that way.
Right. He can be like,
That's what I
solution,
want.
stop questioning his motives. Okay, thanks, bye. Leave me alone.
Finally. He's like, I gotta go do another mercenary mission because I'm bored. I don't want nobles bullying me.
I don't know. That just caught me off guard. Like, why would you even think that? Or why are you gonna go tattletale? Like, unless she pulls out some like proof that we haven't like seen yet. Like, maybe she. I don't know. I literally don't know. It just seemed It just seemed weird, and I don't know. It didn't sit well with me how she just was like, he's a traitor. I literally just don't like this girl he brought.
Where in her like coding, like messed up compared to everyone else. Like, I get they were all kind of coded to not care for humans because they're in a monster guild, right?
Right.
But obviously,
which is strange to me when they look like they're humanoids. I understand the ones that like don't look human hate humans, but like. She just looks like a girl. Like, Solution just looks like a girl. And Samus just looks like a dude.
It is awesome.
Of course, Samus doesn't seem...
And Samus was, like, coded differently to help people, so...
Thank you, Lord Touch Me.
The best of all the guild names. Maybe. I do like how Samus, like, there's only 41 people that could beat me. When he was talking to the one.
Like how he has, he knows an exact 41. I've counted them.
It's probably just all the guild leaders,
and
like the human actual players,
right?
And then, like
probably most of the Guardians, or
yeah,
at least some.
Not most, a couple of them, because like,
I guess we don't really know. We haven't really seen him fight, have we?
No, I think that's what we're going to get ready to see within the next couple of episodes.
Hopefully.
I feel
hopefully
like
someone slaps...
This is what I'm hoping. I hope... Yeah, he slaps...
Slaps some sense into Solution.
Like, literally slaps her across the face. Says, don't question me again, bitch.
Send a slap scroll.
And then I feel like him and the Blue Roses and Climb are probably going to team up somewhere in there, right? Or work together.
Or at least cross paths.
Because obviously the establishment and the Eight Fingers are coming for him because he has one of their last few slaves remaining. Because slaves were abolished, so they don't have too many left. And it's definitely going to lead up for him taking out... He's probably just going to... Blue Roses come in to take down the Eight Fingers that are already going to be wiped by Samus.
I hope so. I want to see Samus just go badass.
That's what I'm hoping for. He's definitely my favorite of all the Guardians. And we're finally getting him.
Right.
So all we can do is see where this goes.
Right.
Because, again...
I mean...
We're set up in these arcs this way.
Yeah, that's the episode. Pretty much.
Yes. You want to jump into score?
Sure.
I can go. I'm kind of confused of how I want to go this way with this. Like, at least how these episodes been. Like, it's almost hard to call them an Overlord episode almost. Like, to me, Overlord 2 is not Overlord, at least the way it's going.
Right.
Like, this episode is definitely more political, and I do like that political aspect of it.
Yeah.
But, like, as an Overlord show, how does it come down to? But, like, I did kind of enjoy it overall. I think I'm going to set it, like, a 7 at the high end is where I'm going to be sitting. Again, it's got the interesting bits of the politics and everything and some character building of the Guardians. But it's just not quite Overlord, if you get what I'm saying.
I agree. I'll give it, I don't know, 6.5. Pretty much the same reasoning. Like, this episode was pretty much all talking, which is a vast...
And we know this is how this season's going to be. People have been mentioning it, like, this is how the arc's going to go.
But, like...
That way they don't just mentioning it back at us.
At least in the Lizard arc, we got some, like, combat. Even some battles between lizards. This had literally nothing but talking. Oh, I guess it had Shronoff and Climb.
It's just a practice
But that had no no stakes in it, and it was just we already know who was winning. Like it was one-sided.
Yeah,
You could
exactly.
just
I'd be
tell. Like I
I like how practice matches are always like full on real weapons. I'd be like, just one of these days, I want like a show have them mess up, just cut off an arm or something, just climb like ah.
oh shit. Yeah, but like it's just so different from the first season, which I don't know. I preferred the first season so far.
Yeah,
which that's not saying this season's trash. I'm just saying the first season.
no, I feel like I don't know. It's just maybe how the arcs are being placed out.
Well, this episode
Like,
wasn't.
I don't know if like, all right, if you would have took this kind of like separately from like the first season, if the first season hurts this season, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like at least if you were to start out with like these 2 episodes of the Save Us or whatever, I feel like you would have an interesting show going on. Like, it'd be good. But I feel like the first season, how it was set up, everything kind of hurts how this is going.
That makes sense. Well, and the whole first season was just a different like tone, I guess, or like it was just different. That's obvious when we get. I mean, we've already mentioned this in previous ones, but like we got 5% of our main character, when the first season was like 90% every episode. Which that's not bad. It's just completely different to just. There's a difference between like.
It's just an interesting route they're doing.
Yeah, it's a difference between like focusing on a different character while still having the main character there. This is just entirely shift. It's like Ines is not really there anymore. Kind of. He's doing his own thing, but I don't know. It's just I don't know. It feels different. That's. I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. It's just.
No, yeah. It's still like we're still saying. It's like intriguing and still got the characters there that are good. It's just
but this episode was
made Overlord.
Yeah, this episode was pretty much an exposition dump. It's just like we're gonna have conversations and we're just gonna dump all this info on you. It's like, all right, I'm assuming that's to quicken the pace and maybe just get to the other stuff. Just like, oh, okay, we got possible. You know everything. Now we're just gonna jump on in it. Let's go.
Because this is episode 7. They have 13. And they have another arc that they're doing. That last arc could be 3-4 episodes. Who knows? This one's already been 2, so
it'll probably be
8 and 9.
Next
so it's
one.
probably got like 2-3 episodes left of this arc, depending on how long they do the last arc.
Right.
So it probably will speed up a lot because I'm guessing the 8 fingers will be completely wiped out during the Save Us arc.
Yeah, I agree.
If I were to theorize.
I agree.
And that's like 8 organizations, right? So. This could either jump very quickly, or they'll only take out a couple of those 8, and the rest of them will be dealt with later.
Right.
But I feel like it's going to be all 8.
I do too. Anyway.
That does it for our score review.
Give us the spiel.
As always, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every time we upload. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought about this episode, what you did, didn't like, what you would give it as a score. No confirming or denying theories, as we are anime viewers only, no source material, and no spoilers, anything like that, since there's plenty of other anime viewers only. So yeah, until next time, peace out.
See ya.